All right, y'all, welcome to another episode of Toya Moment where I have a special guest in the building with me. Yeah, yes, you. And you guys are like, Toya, everyone is special. No, only everyone that sits across from you is very special. So I am honored to have, listen, let me give you your flowers. First of all, you are an event starter. You like just this minute conversation that we just had before the camera started rolling. You almost had me in tears. I'm not gonna say why, but you almost had me in tears. You have that effect on people, and you are like the host with the most. You host everything and turn it all up. So I have to give your flowers to you. Thank you for choosing to be here with me,
Thank you
Sonny,
for having me.
the host.
Thank you for having me, Toya. Well, listen, thank you for having me so much
Anytime.
in this moment, Toya's moment right
Yes.
here, baby. And man, I had to do all of my research on I like to do all my research on everything or
Yes.
any situation that I come into. And Trax, I want to give you your flowers as well.
Oh,
I think you do
thank
such an
you.
awesome job. Such an awesome job. I had the pleasure of kind of like ear hustling on the interview that you did before, and it's awesome. I can't wait till it's aired. You're doing awesome.
appreciate it.
I really love your drive. I really love your conversation, and super dope, yo. So flowers to you too.
Listen. This not gonna be your first time here. We got to bring you back to
Hey,
have our
I-
other discussion.
Just
too.
let me know.
And you like remind me of myself, right? Because you like, I was on the debate team. I was on my trial. So
Mhm,
I
yeah,
like,
there
you
we
know what I
go.
mean? Like, I'm ready to go, trained to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
So we was having a great conversation. We're gonna stay there for off camera. But Sonny, tell us about like to people who are not familiar with you. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Sonny the host. I go by Sonny the host. I've been an event host, festival host, fundraiser host, and all around in the city of Philadelphia, whole tri-state area. Background in stand-up comedy, acting, theater. I'm just an entertainer, but
Love it.
I'm Sonny the host. I always tell people I'm Sonny the host because I never want to be Sonny the singer or Sonny the actor or Sonny the you know what I mean? Sonny the host because I love people. My
Yeah,
passion is
yeah.
people. Everything I do is for people. I love to see the response, whether it's good, whether it's
Yeah,
bad,
yeah.
positive, negative, because you learn from every encounter
Agree.
and every situation that you have. I'm a chaos a fan. I love
Okay.
chaos. Why? Because you find out where your testing your limits are in the
Oh, I
battles
never
of
thought
chaos.
about that. Come
Yeah,
on,
chaos,
you saying something?
chaos and calamity. You find that clarity.
Yeah.
So I am a big fan of just being out and being in the area, and hearing that recall and response from our audience and the crowd and wherever we are. So, yeah, Sonny, that's Sonny the host.
So let me ask you this, Sonny. What is where you are now? What is your most proudest moment?
My most proudest moment in personal or
Just
entertainment
overall.
or just overall. Oh man, I got a lot of proud moments.
So let's do entertainment. Let's do personal.
Okay, entertainment. I just spoke about this. I sure will. I love that you asked me this.
Yes. I must have knew.
Yeah, you was in that head. So, recently just did a Wadsworth Day. Shout out to Anthony Phillips, Councilman Anthony Phillips.
Okay,
He
okay.
brought back Wadsworth Day last year, 2024. So, I hosted Wadsworth Day 2024. Well, I am an MC. I love the stage,
Yes.
whether we're turning up at a party or whether we're doing a festival or whether I'm speaking or whether we just rocking out with a DJ and having a good time.
Okay.
So I'm a fan. I grew up on our live music. I grew up on our excitement and energy. I'm saying it like this because I had the pleasure of rocking out with one of my idols, DJ Cool.
Oh,
DJ
get
Cool,
outta
the rock the whole
here.
door flow.
Okay.
Then I'm a rich around it, the greatest of ease. Oh man, so
Now
it was
listen, you
awesome.
know it's before my time. I'm still a young
It
tenderoni.
was like, it's okay.
I
It's
know
all
who
right.
he is, though.
It's
I
all
know
right.
he
Yeah, I
is.
mean, we
That's a
got
legend. Okay.
Legend.
Okay.
So and then you'll know this other name. So it kind of just added to because my highlights. I always said my highlights like in my stand up. I told you I had background stand up comedy
Yeah.
and acting, theater, and all. So comedy has always been Eddie Murphy. So I'm not a starstruck person because I've been
Okay.
around a lot of great names.
Yeah.
But I'm not a starstruck person. But I always said Eddie Murphy, I wouldn't. And my MCing bag, DJ Cool, almost famous. And another highlight. So I'm grouping these together because they
Right.
kind of like completed like my Sonny the Host MC.
Yes.
I also had the pleasure. So way back, I also had the pleasure. And shout out to Moshe Lavren. But she threw me on stage. She said, Sonny, She said, I want you to come and jump on stage with me, and we're rocking out. And it was at Willenboro Jazz Festival, and they had Roy Ayers, and it was some other great names there. And I got to bring out the man himself, turned up Willenboro. Wow, we rocking. And I got to say, now y'all get ready to make some noise for the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy, Doug E. Fresh.
Oh, yeah. Y'all was rocking it. Y'all was rocking it. Y'all was rocking it.
My highlight of my MC has to be, it was alone, it was Dougie Fresh.
Yes.
Now it's Dougie Fresh and DJ Cool. If I get Eddie Murphy, I can die now. Like I'm gonna be ready. I'm good.
We claiming it.
We definitely. So in my entertainment and MC aspect, my highlight is those two moments. In personal, my highlight is the purchase of my house.
I love that.
My purchase of my house. And that's a highlight for me because I haven't worked a 9 to 5 in about 10 years.
Okay.
I off my own muscle, off my muscle, and then off of my your fiance muscle.
Got that.
Come here. But off of our muscle and building our business and working, just to be able to buy,
that's a
our
beautiful
house.
thing.
You know what I mean? Like,
Beautiful
like
thing.
I don't. Well, walking away from a 9 to 5 and saying like, no, we do it off the muscle.
Yes.
And I even say this, one of my favorite memes was it said, hey, I didn't want to work for anybody, work a 9 to 5 and work for anybody. Now I work 24/7 for myself. So,
but that's a good feeling though.
It's
and
an
it's the
amazing
believing
feeling.
in yourself.
It's an amazing feeling. But it is the work. So it's not something to lightly jump in because you are constantly moving. You have to constantly being your marketing team, being your business structure. I'm not go through / just marketing team, being your entire business structure.
Agree.
So that's what makes that whole embodiment of working and then buying your big purchases and living. I'm living fine. I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? Living fine off of your own muscle. So yeah, that's my personal highlight right there.
Well, listen, congratulations on both, but congratulations on buying that house.
Thank you.
So, Sonny, I do know you are an awesome father. Yes, you are.
Like
yes,
so.
you are.
I like to think so.
And I'm pretty sure your kids think so. So, listen, I'm a girl, and you have a daughter, right?
Yes,
and I want to invite Ken in this conversation. Ken, are you ready to come into this conversation with us?
Yeah, I could tap in.
Okay, cool. So, I want Ken in this conversation because he's also a father. He's also a great father as well. So I wanted to talk about being a girl's dad, right? Being a girl's dad, raising a young queen in this loud world. And when I think about loud world, there's so many things to distract young women. You know what I mean? Whether it's the streets, whether it's guys that's not right for them, getting off track. You know it. You name it, you know it. So I have a very close relationship with my dad. So this conversation is important to me because not a lot of women I knew have that relationship with their father. And just the importance of having a relationship with your daughter. We hear about it, having a relationship with the son, but we don't hear about the importance of having a relationship with your daughter. You know what I mean? And then also, black fathers, y'all just don't get enough credit. So I do want to clap it up for you and Ken for being an awesome father because y'all don't get enough credit. We worry about the wrong people not being fathers. We never focus on the ones who are being fathers.
I fully agree. And thank you for that again.
Of course.
Thank you for that. It is super important. I instill all of my business moves, my decisions, whether they're directly towards business, whether they're towards love and relationships, whether they're just towards how to hold yourself.
Yeah.
I make sure that we not only talk about it when she see it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Happen. So she can explain, so I can explain to her. Now, my daughter is super inquisitive. Okay, if you follow Sonny the host, you know who I'm talking about is Baby the host. They know her hashtag. If you go to Baby the host hashtag, people will go, okay, I got you. Since she was a little girl, I have always wanted a daughter. I grew up with all women.
Okay.
I grew up with all women. I grew up with my mother, grandmother, and 6 older sisters.
Okay.
And 1 younger brother. So I was the baby boy at that.
Yes.
So I grew up with all women. So I always had a love. That's why even when my daughter was on her way, I already knew, I'm pregnant. I said, it's a girl.
You like, I
It's
claimed
a girl.
this.
No, it's a girl. It's a girl. I know.
And you know,
Me and
most
God
people be
already
like, I
talked
want a
about
son first, but you like, I wanted my
I
daughter
knew
first.
it. I
Okay,
knew it.
okay.
I always, because I was raised with all women.
Yes,
So,
yes.
you throw a boy in there, I'll be like, oh, man, this is guy. And shout out my future son. I don't like saying the step. My son,
Yes.
he's showing me the boy aspect of this right
Yes.
now. So I'm like, yeah, I wanted the daughter first. I definitely wanted the daughter first. Because boys, you're so hard with, but
Yeah, I
your
wanted
girls,
the daughter. I wanted the daughter first.
Yeah,
So you
I
want
don't
the daughter
know.
first too, Ken?
Only because I thought it was going to be easier. So
It
Yeah,
is
okay.
easier.
well,
Raising girls are easier.
Well, that's why I wanted it. That's why I wanted a girl because I thought like Sonny. I grew up around mostly females,
yeah.
so I thought I was more knowledgeable about women.
About women.
You know what I'm saying? Than females, and I understand and I get it. So I automatically thought like, oh yeah, girl. You know what I mean? Because it's easy.
Is it?
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like a boy. Oh man, what I got to do? I got to
Exactly.
I gotta show him how to not be me or to do the things that I did and stuff like that. Like, nah, I don't want to do that.
You don't
know
become
what I'm
too
saying?
much of a conviction. You like,
Yeah.
hold up.
Yeah.
I gotta do all the stuff I didn't do.
having a
I
girl-
gotta train better.
But
Having
even though
a
I
girl's
was
better.
I was considered the quiet one in the family. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like the one who didn't do much or didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
like all my cousins that's females, they were all fighters. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they the
Uh-huh.
fire starter and the end.
Yep.
Kids said they
You know
the
what I mean?
fire
They gonna start
starters.
it and they gonna end it.
Fuel
You know what I
ready.
mean?
They come with the fuel can.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? What's
Yeah.
up?
So, I'm thinking like I'm gonna get me one of those, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I was blessed. I'm blessed with 2 daughters. So.
Yeah.
And I got a son, but I'm blessed with 2
Yeah,
daughters.
blessed
You
with
got
the
your 2 daughters
daughters.
first.
Yeah, I got the 2 daughters first, and then my son came and he really showed me
So-
how to be a father. Yeah.
Oh,
He
look
like,
at
I'm
now-
that.
telling you, that's
My
it's-
son like, yeah, now let me show you how to be
Yeah,
a
let me show you what's up. Because
What?
the aspect of it is completely different. And you nailed that, Kendall, by saying that because you come on like, hey, I'm with the women and then you go, okay. So the difference with this is when you're talking straight.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean, too, with your sisters and your siblings and all that. But to your child, you're like, hey, oh wait, I gotta approach this lightly.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
hey, I should be a little bit more stern about this. Hey, you gotta back down. Like it's so many things that you have
Yes.
to, because you gotta, just like you're saying, you gotta remember to, hey, everything you do is she's going to
Yes.
retain and use that later on. So make sure all of these steps. And then you're like, wow, okay, I didn't have to do this with all my sisters, my grandmother, and my mom.
I think it's,
You know what I
it's
mean?
different
Oh,
when
wow.
raising a daughter. It's different like when raising us because
Yeah.
we bring out the softer side of a man.
Y'all
Do you
bring
think
out
so?
all the sides of a man. That's what I'm saying. Like, so let me tell you what y'all do. Let's
Okay,
go ahead and tell
okay.
you what to do. Kendall, jump in if I'm lying right here. Let me tell you what y'all do. Y'all bring out all of the sides. Let's say, let's go the softer side. Oh, Dad, I wanna be a prince. And if y'all look at Baby the Host hashtag, yes, that's me with the wig on, with the frozen wig, or that's me doing princess dresses with my dad. Listen, painting her nails. Yes.
Hey, yeah, so I was at all the cheerleading
At all the
competitions.
cheerleading,
and,
at the-
yeah, I had the colors on and everything.
doing the flips. Dad put the boa on.
Yeah.
Like, they got me in the tutu order. I'm tripping right
Yeah,
now.
I'm
but
like, cause
my
if I
baby.
had a son and I went to his games, I would be cheering him
Cheering
on,
Yes,
them on,
yes,
so
his
you gotta
number
be
up.
that same
So
support.
I had to be.
Yes.
I figured I had to be the same for my daughter.
For
I was
your
like,
daughters.
why not? You know.
And y'all take us through that. Now that's the soft moment. But then you got the frustrating moment because you're still. Remember, let's take away just gender. It still is your child, and you're still going to do childish things.
Yes.
So now when you, why are you drawing on the wall? Why are you? But you can't. Now you can't go this way. So it's not the softer side. You're like, I'm definitely angry,
Uh-huh.
but I have to deliver this in this smooth way that I don't just completely ramp on you, because I don't want you to accept that later on. I don't want you to let a man say
Yes.
at
Yes.
you and bark at you. So I got a eggshell step and walk through this whole process. Meanwhile, I'm flaring. What's the movie Inside Out? Remember the little red guy where he used to get back? Meanwhile, I'm on fire, like,
But you
yo,
can't- you gotta
because
watch how you
I
say it
gotta
to her.
fix this. But Yeah, I gotta say, hey, baby, we're not gonna do that. Okay, daddy doesn't like that. All right. And let me tell you why. If you do this, it'll fall, and then daddy has to pay for all
And
of
it's like,
that. What?
okay, daddy,
Oh
I'm gonna
my
still do it.
Yeah, like, and I do listen, I wanna commend my daughter. That's my baby, that's my heart.
Uh-huh.
I wanna commend her. I never had a crying daughter. I never my daughter, she wasn't a crier. She was daddy's little girl, period.
Aw.
And that's my partner. And once again, if you see videos, you'll understand. Like, oh
Yeah.
no, that's his butt buddy right there. Like
that's
my
twin.
that's
That's
my
twin.
that's twin.
That's
what's that.
twin.
That's twin. I'm a little older right now. That's twin. That's twin.
Yeah, that's
what
twin.
you say, it's twin. All right. but yeah, that's my baby. So in all of the walk of it and speaking to her, she never gave me fights.
Okay.
My daughter is one of these. If you go and speak to her and say, she'll go, yes, Dad. I'll be better. And right there
never
break
me.
you down. So I'm like, all right, so I know I can't. It ain't never gonna be no barking.
Yes,
at
that
my
would
child.
I
break
don't know
me.
if I can. I'll probably just go in the room, just close
That's
the door,
what
and
I'm
put my
saying.
hand
That
in
would
the door.
break me. And
Yeah.
I'm a softie too,
Yeah.
and I don't even have no kids. But I'm that right there.
That's what I'm saying.
That would definitely
to this
break
day,
me.
she still, if it's something, that's why I know what hurts her. That's why I'm very good in reading. So and I know when she is going to feel something. Like I know wordings and things. Like I pay attention. I'm very observant. I pay attention close, and I know different words or different things. Or if you say this to her, if you say that, and I could tell by the little curls of her lip, like. I'm like, okay, she feels some type way. Like she's gonna take this emotionally. She'll shake it off, and that's my other commend for her. 'Cause she'll and come right back and go in and fix it. But she takes that vulnerable moment and she breathes and she'll walk off. And then she come back. She's like, all right, I just accept.
I gotta reset.
accept
But
it.
how old is she?
She is 10.
Okay.
She is
Oh,
10.
she's about to hit that teenage years.
She is 10 going on 27. So she's it's funny how y'all take us right here, because she is, yep, all right, come on, baby, we're getting ready. We're about to leave. And she come down and she got her bag. I don't know where she got. I told her mom, I said, where'd you get a Marc Jacobs tote bag? I was like, hold on, we're going to talk about this. My mom must have bought her out to somebody. But then she come down with her bag. She got all the sprays. In her room, she has her vanity and everything. She comes, boop, boop, boop. And she plops down and has her lips.
She got her lips right.
And I'm like, hold on. And then at the same time, we get in the car and she's like singing all the Hamilton. I'm like, you still 10. I forgot. Yeah, you still 10. All right. So it's the
balance.
The extremes and the balance of it. Like, all right, hey, we don't do that, but she's a baby. You know what I mean? She's
But she's
still
about
a
to
kid.
hit. She's about to be a teenager. Like, and those are those teenage years. I'm the daughter. Listen to the daughter. Those teenage years, I think, are the hardest years because, I mean, when I was a teenager, I think I took both of my parents through it. To be quite frankly honest, more so my dad, because, like you said, my mom, she could give it to me. My dad, he couldn't give it to me. Like he would start them like, all right, Toya, just don't nothing I did could ever really get him out of character. I get suspended from school. My mom is on 20. My dad, all right, but Renee, she got it. She'll get it. It was always calm, but I knew I was taking them through it. I knew. And then when I started dating, that was something different. Are you ready for that type of conversation?
You know what? I've been preparing. Once again, when you raise with all women, you prepare yourself for these. Remember, I was also the young kid that was walking around with my sister. Girl, how I look in this? Do I look cute? Am I cute? Would you talk to me in this? So, when you go through all that, I'm like, I expect it.
But it's different when it's your baby.
I've never been a person or a parent in any way to say, I'm giving you me. Let me say it like this. Giving you me. You gotta understand what reality is going to bring. So I've been preparing myself with that when I was picking out baby clothes and was like, yeah, my daughter got to do this, because I knew that would come.
Yeah.
So figure out what type of parent you are before you have your child. Figure out how you're going to be and train on yourself the entire time.
Yeah.
And then I pull from my mother. Remember, once again, raised with all women. So I'm pulling from things that I've seen.
Yeah.
I always used to tell people, I never had a problem with talking to women because I had all the personalities
Yeah.
in back of me. Kendall, what you
Right.
same night, right? There you go. Because you had all the personalities. So I used to associate somebody. I'm like, oh, I talked to a girl. I'm like, you Dawn and Sharon. Yeah, you emotional,
Not doing
but
it,
you
Sharon.
yeah, you emotional, but you also a go-getter. Okay, I like it. Or you Mika and Erica. It's like, yeah, you a fighter, but you still on secretly gonna cry about it in the car. Like it's like, so you would prepare. So you got to prepare yourself on the person that you're going to be and the parent that you're going to be before you come. And once again, I always wanted a daughter. I always knew it was going to be a daughter. I knew that was going to be first. If it would have been a boy, I'd have cried. I'd have been like, what?
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy you got your daughter because that's what you wanted.
Daughter. And so I prepared myself for you're going to have those talks. I'm still that type of person, period. I like to be straightforward, upfront, and I like to speak about the real. Let's not sugarcoat it. Because when you sugarcoat it, if you find yourself walking and sugarcoating everything, then you forget when to sprinkle that sugar off. And when this is going to have to be a bitter taste.
Yes.
You know,
yes, that's a good point. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't, because I model after that, the dating on it, I'm already in that conversation. My daughter, listen, you can't censorship now. Me and her mother, we'll call and talk to each other and say, all right, well, what shows is she watching? All right, well, let me check with your mom because we got to be on the same page about what shows. And she'll even tell me, my daughter's straightforward and I'm right. My mom lets me watch this, but it's this episode and this episode and this episode. I can't watch the other ones.
Okay.
And then I'll call and she said, yeah, she know what episode she can watch on there. And I'm like, all right, cool.
You know,
so
girl.
we that's what I said. I commend my daughter. My daughter is not, she's not as sneaky. She's not this. So and don't get it twisted, it could happen. When you get to get around and you get older and you get, like you say, get into those teen days and then you got different personalities coming, you know what I mean? And you got these, and they got their influences from who they got. So they're bringing them all to your child, and she's like, where am I going?
Where do I pull from?
Yeah, like, who's right, who's wrong? What am I trying? What am I don't try?
Because women,
it's wild.
Raising girls, which I found out for me, they're easier when they're younger and harder when they're older.
Yes.
And boys are harder when they're younger.
And easier when they're older. Wait, so let me ask you a question. So you said they're harder when they're older. Tell me why. I think I know, but I want to hear from a father's perspective. Why do you think it's harder once girls are older?
Because they start dating, and it's like you like my son. My son is younger, so than my two daughters, but like he wasn't a big dater. Like he wasn't bringing girls over to the house and all that. He just wasn't. I think he was afraid to bring girls over that wasn't pleasing to his mom or to us. You know what I'm saying? Like they never made it to the front door.
Okay.
And he said it, like they just never made it to the front door.
Yeah.
But, with girls, when you're young, you have a lot of different guys getting at you. And I think now you be trying to micromanage their life because you know it's so much coming at them as a girl. Guys was the go-getters. Girls were being hunted. And you know that. So when you know that, it's like you constantly in protect mode, protect. Whether they out and about, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a situation one time. This is a whole story right now.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
This is how, wow, I forgot all about this situation. But, so real quick.
He done adjusted the chair and everything. So somebody hit the door like, let me go ahead.
So real quick, what happened was my youngest daughter, she looks young, right?
Yeah.
She looks young. And she was, at the time, she was 18, 19, right? But she looked like she's 13, 14.
Okay.
She looks young. Even to this day, she's 30 something, but she still look young. You know what I mean? I was like, this is gonna be a blessing to you later on. She never liked to look young. But as you get older, woman, as a woman, you
want to look young
for it. Yeah. So I said, listen, you're gonna appreciate this when you get older, trust me, right? But because she looked 13, 14, right? She was coming from the store one day and she said this man had pulled. Now the market is like literally a block away from us down the street, and she said this man had pulled next to her and tried to talk to her, right? And my daughter's 18. I think she was probably 19. I instantly snapped. And people are like, you look at you like, yo, your daughter 18, 19, she can handle herself, whatever. I said, but you don't understand. She looked 14.
Yeah, yeah,
Only you know she's 18, 19.
yeah. So he was looking for a young girl.
Exactly.
Yes, a predator.
And
Yeah.
I instantly went into snapping mode because I know you didn't know she was of age because
Yeah.
she don't look of age.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I instantly snapped. I got my daughter. I I had this van used to look like it looked like a stick-up van. You know, I had this van, right? It used to look like a
think I
stick-up van.
remember this.
Yeah, it's this old gray van I had. This old gray van I had. It looked like a stick-up van. I jumped in it, put my daughter in it, and we rolled back to that supermarket. And I said, point the car out. We drove out through the market. I said, point the car out. She showed me the car was right there in the lot. She pointed the car because she said he came past her and then made a U-turn and rolled up next to her. That right there give me, like, you wasn't just riding past blowing.
You was looking, yeah.
You made a
prowling.
U-turn
You was
and came
prowling.
back around.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? This don't sit with me well.
Yeah.
So I pulled up like one parking space up from me. It said, you sure that's the car? She said, that's the car. So I waited for him. I pointed the car to where she couldn't see her in the car.
Right.
I said, what did he look like? She described him. He tall, older guy. He's probably like in his 40s.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. She told me she was like, he had like this thing on his head, whatever, white shirt. I was like, cool. So I stood outside my van and I stood waiting for his truck. Now this time I called the police, right? I called the police because I don't know. They wasn't gonna do anything, right?
Right.
But the fact is I waited for him to come outside and I was gonna dress him.
Yeah.
So by the time he came out, the cops had came. And I was outside. I was in a lot for a while.
Yeah.
The cops were circling through the lot. They never came over to where I was at. But when they seen him come out, it's like they almost waited
Until he came out.
until he
nice.
came out, and then they came over. They were circling around in the lot, and I'm saying to myself, I know that maybe they're not here for this.
Yeah.
But when they came out, soon as the guy came over to his car, I went over to his car and approached him. I had some real words for him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I stepped to him like, yo, you tried to holler at my daughter, whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't telling him how old she was. But by the time I got over to him, I was having words when the cops pulled right up.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, what's going on? And I tried to tell them. So the cops was like, they pulled me to the side. And they was like, well, how old is your daughter? I said, my daughter's 18. They was like, well, there's nothing you could do about that. That's what they literally said. I said, yeah, but look, my daughter don't. I said, go over to the van. My daughter don't look 18.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She don't. She don't even look 16, 15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my concern. So who is this person? You know what I mean? So I actually went in the mode which I didn't have to do no more because she's 18, 19
Yeah.
years old.
She's still being a protector.
But I'm still protecting of a young girl,
Yeah.
because I'm a
Yeah.
girl,
girl's dad.
girl's
There
dad.
you
You know what I'm
go.
saying? I went in protective mode. But I had to realize, like, my daughters are grown now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, dang, I could have lost my life out here, on some
yeah.
crazy
Hey,
stuff.
we get the knucklehead syndrome over our babies, dog. We be right up there like, yeah, so you just went up there in your boxes and some flip-flops and they had guns. It's like, listen, I ain't realized that by the time I got up there, though.
Like,
was in front of 5 of them, like I'm naked.
for my daughter,
Because, yeah, for daughter, you run out the house real quick.
I think that is really like I think that is like really interesting. I know my dad has some stories because I'm gonna be honest. I am a person with a ton of personality.
Mm-hmm.
And I know my dad was there when I had my first heartbreak. That's just what it is. Like, I told my dad, and my dad told me this. He said, well, and I guess this is that, like, it hurt to say it, but I have to say it. This ain't gonna be your first heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get your heart broken a few more times. And you might really think, because they always say that was puppy love. And to hear him say it, I just was so like, I can't believe you're saying this to me. I was probably like 16.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to be honest, I'm 33 now. He's right. I got my heart broken more times. You know what I mean? I always call my dad when it comes to like situations and trying to empathize or understand a man's perspective of things. Because I think me and my dad has finally entered the chat of like, the Band-Aid is off.
Mm-hmm.
I can be honest with you and tell you some things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might not like what I'm going to say, but you need to hear it, and I'd rather you hear it from me. Because, like you said, the sprinkles were on when I'm younger, like, oh, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's okay. It's, the world is still this fairy tale land. And now as an adult, I feel like he's finally, understand, like, I got a grown daughter. You know what I mean? And she's going to go through some things and face some things. My dad had surgery recently, and he stayed at my house. And me and my boyfriend lived together. And I think that's when it finally clicked. Like, oh, Toya's grown. Like, Toya grown. Like, there's no more. What time he leaving? Like, it's like, wait a minute, she's grown. Like, he's
Just
like,
to be
babe.
in there with your baby, like she doing all this grown stuff. Like, oh, I ain't.
But I'm about to do a grown stuff with my
No, but listen, let me.
You was doing grown stuff with your dad around?
Yeah.
Oh,
listen,
no.
Listen, my baby.
Wait, but the
no,
crazy
Sonny,
part.
I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it. I don't take the eyes. No, not the hip. Like, take the eyes. No. But the crazy part about it is that the grown stuff, you can still do the grown stuff and then not be like that grown stuff. It'd be like,
But what's the grown stuff you talking about?
look at it. And both aspects, I was definitely into other grown stuff. But just the aspect of like seeing like your daughter be like, all right, so I'm leaving out. Listen, and that discussion y'all may have before y'all leave out, or all right, babe, love you. You be like, oh, okay, she grown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not seeing that. But being there and seeing that now, he definitely that's
like,
the grown. Like,
well, this is funny. So, my house. So I go out the back. So we park in the back of our house. So I go out the back. My basement is a finished basement. My dad was staying down there to recover. So I would go out. You know, I'm grown. I'm going out like I'll be going out like 9:30. He like, well, B said, well, where you going this late?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
then he try to put on my boyfriend. Your man gonna let you go out there this late?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't that crazy, but it's
oh,
she
damn.
grown. Like,
because if I was his son,
10 o'clock.
if I was your son, you wouldn't be asking me where I'm going. Then he texts me like, you make sure your door is locked. Don't stop and get
There you
gas.
go.
Like, Dad, stop it. But I'm laughing because I think that like staying with me, he saw how me and my boyfriend like interact, and we was like really downplaying it. Like we like my boyfriend sometimes didn't want to do the little kisses.
Yeah,
but I'm like, no, you my man, like you my man. And my dad like, okay, like yeah, Toya really grown.
Oh,
are you ready for that?
Listen, first off, that is hilarious because that's what I'm saying about grown. Like, it don't have to be like like just that stuff. Like thank you for that going out. Like, you going out at 10 o'clock. As in, you gotta go. She is grown. She can go out whenever. I'm at her house. This is her place. Like,
he didn't see it that way.
So they hit that. That's what I'm saying. I know he was like, bruh, this is different right now. But to answer, am I ready for that? So with that, I am thinking like that.
Okay.
And it brings it back to what I said earlier, is that you got to decide what type of parent you're going to be. And mine is built off of the person that I already am, which is I want to be realistic about everything. Yeah. So knowing that it's going to be that, like even with my daughter now, I told you on the level that we are, I talk straight to her. Yeah. I just watch the emotional connection of the words and the sentences that I'm giving to her. But I'm going to give you the truth. Hey, we work. Hey, baby, listen, whatever what we buy, make your money work for you. And da-da-da-da. Yeah. What's our goals? What's our what do we say? What are our business mantras? Hey, how do we feel as a people? Hey, we sit down when we're all together. Hey, come everybody at the table and sit down and have this talk. I'll tell them why. Hey, because you're not going to just be confined by your phones and going to your room. We're not going to do that. Yeah. We're going to be this family and sit down and have and eat and talk. How was your day at school? And she'll run them down. It's so funny because she'll run down. And this is why, once again, if you prepare yourself like this, then as this conversation goes, it's like working out. Yeah. Like you don't see it moving, but everybody else will be like, oh, girl, you look at that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So with that in conversation with your child, as it goes, they'll notice and you'll get it later on. Like, we've been doing this. I ain't think it was no different. But anybody else outside will be like, that's dope. Yeah,
had a great conversation. Yeah.
I have conversations at the dinner table. And she'll talk. Even now, she'll go, well, she had this one story. It was so funny. We were sitting at the table. She said, yeah. So I ain't gonna get the names, but she was like, yeah, Tracy had a scrunchie, and then I was a little mad at Rebecca because Rebecca gonna say, yeah, it's my turn to wear the scrunchie, but Tracy had a scrunchie the whole time, and she been said that I could wear it. And she's like, and I've got to tell her like, oh, really, baby? What? So did you get the scrunchie? She's like, yeah, she let me have the scrunchie. But and she is going, my daughter is like, when she is going in on this conversation, and it is her life.
Because
You
it's
get
her
what
they age
that's
at
what
that
I'm
point in
saying.
time.
It's
Like
her
this is
life.
important.
This is her life
Yes.
now, and this is what that. So as we mature, we'll still be in the same conversation, and you'll hear it as it goes. Yeah. So I was talking to James and what? Because let me know the boys.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah.
It's a little boy at a school that like her. She's like, well, her mama told me she like me, and I'm saying, oh, that baby, that little boy like you. He said he had a crush on me, and
Yes,
I
us
want to
girls
know
like, I
that.
wanna,
I
he
want
say he like me.
talk to me. I talk to dad like that because what I don't want, I want you to get. Let me take this. I'll take this piece and I'm gonna slide over here and come back to it.
Okay.
We all know that our children, they're different with the parents.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You could probably attest to like, yo, you do it, mom, and you do something with mom, and say something, talk to mom about something that you ain't talking to dad about. Or you
Moms
talk to
are
dad
tougher
about
than
something
dads.
they may be, and I'm not going against it. But in this aspect of it, it's every kid has a different relationship with
Yes.
the parent. You get what I'm
Yes,
saying?
I agree.
That's what I'm getting at. So if you just build whatever relationship you have strong enough, it's like, okay, cool. You gonna get the other half of the conversation.
Okay. Okay.
And that's how that moves. So when my daughter's talking, so now to go back to the boys and all that, when my daughter's talking about boys and this and this and that, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm hearing this. Then her mama say, yeah, well, she told me that, da, da, da. So now we could still talk to it and be on that same page, but she knows she has that open dialogue with dad, but she also has it with mom. And the female things that you want to share with mom, like, but da 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 da,
Right.
cool. And then the other things you want to share with dad, cool. Me and mom gonna connect and talk about it.
Exactly.
So we all have the well-rounded story of what's going on and what you're moving through. And I believe in, like I said, moving through that so that as you get older and you mature, we still have that open dialogue and we all have that understanding of how we share the information that the kids are giving us.
I definitely agree. So so before we get up out of here, I really want to just touch base on from your standpoint, because it seemed like you just have like this dope relationship with your daughter, which will, when she get older, she appreciates it now, but when she get older in the world start throwing themselves at her, she's really going to appreciate and remember, like, my dad taught me this. Why is it important to have such a great relationship with your daughter?
You are, as a father to our girls, you are the first man. You're the benchmark or the poster child to how a man is not only support, and listen, it's cliche, everybody say it, but it's the truth. How men are going to treat you.
Yes.
And later on. So make sure that you are giving all your best. I believe in period as a person, waking up and being the best person you possibly can be. That's the only way you'll get truth. All right. When you lie, as soon as you start lying to yourself, you're lying to everybody else. And everything that you're getting coming back in can be true or false.
Okay.
But when you wake up and be the best person you could be, and walk in that truth and speak that truth, then everything that comes back has to be true. Yeah. And all your outcomes have to be the truest. Yeah. So if you're that person and you're instilling that into your kids and your daughter, we're on daughter, so you're instilling it into your daughter, you're letting her know, okay, look for a man that's going to do that same thing.
Yes.
He's going to talk to you that same way. He's going to treat you that same way. He can have this dialogue with you that same way. He can understand when your levels are changing, because we change. We're people. We change a minute, hours, seconds. We're change ever so changing. So he can change with you in that dialogue while you're sitting at the table together in a relationship, because you sat at the table with dad as a family, and that conversation changed, and he was able to go right along with you. Yeah. You know the hugs and kisses that dad gave you. Me and my daughter have a mark. We say when we leave off, I love you, I love you, I love you more. Impossible. My Father's Day card said it on there, and I thought it was so dope. But she always do little cute and dope things. But you always have that connection. Yeah. So my child will walk out and speak the same thing to whatever man, whatever boy, whatever situation, whatever relationship that she has. She will go, okay, I'm connecting this the same way we connect. Oh, I grew up with all women. well, I'm gonna connect this because I have a father that I grew up with that shows me. And if I ever have to go back and say, I'm or if I ever think I'm not sure of how this, Dad's right there.
Yeah.
The benchmark is right there. The poster is right there. He's right there to tell me, hey, this is what that meant, baby. Chill out. This is what this meant, baby. And the talk won't be, once again, that communication. And I'm bringing it all back. That communication that we had. She's going to talk to me and say, Dad, I felt I had a heartbreak, baby. You're going to have this. And she told her mom something else. And then we all going to come together and speak the same thing. That way, our connection all remains the same. And we're all influencing and giving these gems and tools for life at the same pace, at the same time, and at the same substance and equal. So,
I definitely, Sonny, I love that. Listen,
Indeed,
I'm a girl who's very close to my dad, and I love that. And before I get up out of here, I think leaving the audience on this, I think it's important for fathers to be like that, like how Ken is and how you are. I think it's important for especially our pretty brown girls, right?
Indeed.
To hear that, because if you don't give that to your daughter, the first time a man say, "Hey, beautiful," or "I love you,"
it's
she's falling for it. Whereas though further down the line, he just do anything, but she goes back to, but he loves me. So I think that, or he called me beautiful. So I think it's very important for it, not just hear from mom, but to hear from your father.
Absolutely.
You're beautiful. I love you. To hear those words that you will hear again from another man. To hear those words are important. So that way, when you get older and a man says it, he has to mean it.
You're not impressed by the simple things.
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
not impressed by the simple things.
That right there helps a lot because by the grace of God, I had a father who always told me he loved me, who always told me I was beautiful, who always made sure I knew what a man looked like. When you go out with a man, you taking money, but if a man offer you take you out, you don't go into your pocketbook, but you have what you need in case he acts stupid.
Absolutely.
So having that, I feel like I appreciate my father so much because dating is like, I know I'm not taking nothing less. You know what I mean? And again, a lot of girls don't have it. So I want to commend you guys for being that. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that black men who see this episode and they have daughters and they may not or close to their daughters, that this will push them to reach out to their daughters or build a stronger relationship with their daughters. You know what I mean?
I just want to jump in with you on it. Creating that foundation so that it's stable enough so that when all the differences comes and start stacking onto it, nothing crumbles at the bottom. You can move the building blocks off it, but you can't move the foundation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh, Sonny, this is a good conversation.
Indeed.
You know what, Ken? We bringing Sonny back because me and Sonny gotta have another conversation. We're gonna have to do our other debate. So we bringing Sonny back. We gonna debate. We gonna debate.
I
love it. Okay.
Toya's moment has been, this is an awesome moment. I love the moment, Toya.
Listen, I'm having a Sonny moment. All right, y'all. So again, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode where we have our special guest, Sonny the host. Make sure y'all follow him. Make sure y'all hire him for y'all events if y'all trying to turn y'all events all the way up. He doing weddings. What you doing?
Weddings, mitzvahs, festivals, everything. Just Sonny _, the SONNY _ the host or me.ent _ me entertainment. And we're there. Let's go.
Hey, Sonny, real quick, somebody asked me to host a wedding.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, I might be busy. I said, I know somebody that can do it, but and I'm pretty sure he can turn it out, right? And then I was like, and I mentioned your name, right? And they was like, oh yeah, I don't know if they was like thought they price would get me for free or they was gonna, they was like, no, yeah, basically I already,
I gotta
about
pay.
that. You know what I'm saying?
See, Ken,
I'm like, sometimes you gotta pay.
But see, Ken, this is what happened. They thought you was gonna come in there on the strength, like you're not that good. Like I know you, Carter. Like, this could be my wedding gift. Your talent is my wedding gift.
Yeah.
I was raised by a pastor, minister right here. Like a workman is worthy of his hire. All right, so I'm gonna leave Sonny the host out there every 100%. But you gotta pay the check that come with it.
Yes. I love that. All right, y'all. So listen, make sure y'all tell a friend to come on, subscribe to us, and have some Toya moments with us. We're out of here. Bye.
Awesome.
Sonny, I'm bringing you back to the. We gotta have our debate of.